Okay, so basically the idea is he was given something and he doesn't remember it because it's in his real awareness. And the car shrinking, well, it's time to go, isn't it? So his friend Akman was there to help him. So again, look at the scene, what he's doing. This Ekis that passed on was his friend, and there can be more to that. It just depends upon his relationship, his attachment or his relationship to his friend. And I'm guessing he knew his wife too. And so, of course, they're friends. And it's understandable. This is his experience, and he's the decider in this. So, in other words, he would be there simply because he has a relationship with these people. So he's decided to be there and he sees what's going on. And so it's always his decision how involved he wants to be with these people, whether they're an Ekist or not, it doesn't matter. But I was just wondering if he saw where his friend was going, because sometimes it's very, very obvious. And again, if he's an Ekist, he's very attached to Harold and Joni, and usually Harold and Joni or the reptilians will take those Ekists away, etc. So again, this is all his adventure and his choice. It's pretty self-explanatory. The person in the car was giving him a message, okay? And so that's with his real awareness. And his friend was there to help him. He really needed assistance to kind of, you might say, get away from the situation or in some way. Again, he will know this because it all goes off of his, his personal idea. Just like you have friends and family, Rebisar and the guides, they're not going to interfere in your family and your relationships, good, bad, or indifferent. They're not going to interfere with that, but they will help out if they see you need help. But for the most part, you make the decision. So he made the decision to be there and go through that experience. Yeah. He saw half of Rebisar's face. Okay, we start off just like we start off in school, go through all the grades, and then we go out and have our life and find a job. But we have to go through that first. So we have to go through creation. Creation is like going through high school. And so whichever side of the face, one half that Rebisar shows, because there's two parts to the personal self. Okay, to start off with, you have left brain, right brain, whatever you want to say. Left side is literal, right side is creative and intuitive. And so as Rebisar is showing him this, he's giving him the hint as to, the different sides of himself. So we want to understand ourselves. Not just, the old idea was to be spiritual, but you want to understand the different sides to yourself and how creation is. And even in the spiritual paths, a lot of that, we didn't learn a whole lot about that. It was more like the pretty ideas, reading the books, even Paul's time, he was the babysitter, reading the books, feeling good, etc. Well, now we really want to get into, how creation works, because we have to deal with it. And it's very, very important, because this is how we really become more aware instead of just the old ideas. So Rebisar is showing him his literal side, the mind side, that corresponds to this one-dimensional world, and also the creative side, which is the right side, okay, of himself. that is more, intuitive and creative, etc. And to be that, not just mental. See, we grow up with this mental idea of life. And, look at yourself in school. They didn't really talk about your imagination too much and expanding upon what you already know. They basically told you to read the books and then just study what they told you, and that's it. That's all you know. And so now on the real side, people are shown, a whole lot more. But now you got to figure it out because there aren't really any teachers here to show you that. And so again, yeah, that's the bigger part of it, but that's what he's being shown. And have to learn to be a lot more creative. So if we want to become more aware, we also have to be a lot more creative than just singing the new you and expecting, to be told what to do. We need to decide what to do also in our life that corresponds with what all life is. So we got to figure all this out. We got to figure out creation. We got to figure out what life is. Got a lot to figure out. So that's why people go to religions and spiritual paths, because they don't want to figure it out. They want someone else to figure it out for them. And if someone else does, as Harry and the Dalai Lama and the Pope figure it out for everybody, well, they all go nowhere. So, this is the big challenge we all have. Now you have real guidance, but you got to pay attention, and you got to learn to be intuitive so that you're creative, so you can become more aware. New you.